forget the 5G. Apple's ready working on their 6G, which that's not even exist yet. So what do you think about this, Joe? About the 6G? 5G has not even been fully implemented yet. So why do you think they're working on the 6G?
If you're not 2 steps ahead of your competition, you're already losing. And so you have to plan ahead. And it keeps it keeps Apple like ambitious. It keeps them alive. Like they've already developed like the 5G, right? And like now all they have to do is like the boring step of like bringing it out to the people and everything, right? It's exciting to see people how they react to it and what they can do with it, but pushing the limits and going to the next thing, we haven't yet like hit the wall of these advancements. And what they're claiming that 6G might be, or what people are speculating what 6G might be, is pretty amazing. They're talking about like potentially like 100 times speeds, and I don't even know how that is possible. That's pretty astronomical, to say like.
I'm surprised.
We're talking about like, yeah, so depending on what kind of like wireless networks, but it could be 100 times faster. What was that one? It was the THZ spectrum range.
Yeah, the terahertz spectrum range.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
really big.
The terahertz. That's a big number. I'm not gonna go there, guys. If you want to look it up, be my guest. But I'm not looking it up. That's too big a number. Probably bigger than this screen that we have right now. The boxed in. Me and Joe are boxed in.
Yeah, and what's really cool about it is it goes lower latency than 5G, improved spectrum sharing efficiency, and is faster. So there's some crazy things that they're talking about. It's possible with this. There's talking about like Samsung's predicting that it could be as early as 2028. It could be extended reality, high fidelity mobile holograms, digital replicas, machines exceeding the current human expectations. Stuff that I can't even like fully like
comprehend.
Yeah, I need to see it,
Oh man, I'm telling you,
like
20 by 20.
Like what is extended reality?
That's what
we have VR. Everybody.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be more into the VR world, and that's going to be an amazing jump.
You know what that is? It's have you heard that? Where it can get kind of that's the whole extended reality. It can get kind of interesting. Where people are they're having like these body sensor suits.
Oh yeah.
And people are like, they're like, hey, I put my hand on your shoulder, and they can feel it.
Yep.
So they're playing around with stuff like that. That's like the extended reality. And I guess I didn't really.
If you think about it, we have if you go to the movies, you got 4D, 5D's coming out in the next few years. 5D, which is more into reality.
What is, gosh, 5D? I don't even know what 5D would be.
I don't know how much they got into 5D. I've just heard 4D when they spray water at you, go pss, pss, and they actually what else do they do? The chairs move side to side. Have you ever been to a movie 4D, Joe?
No.
Joe, you got to go to a 4D movie, man. We're going to 5G. We're gonna go to 6G. We're gonna have 3-dimensional holograms spinning around, and you can't even do 4D when the chairs move side to side and sprays water at you, and sprays a fragrance in your face.
Oh no, never mind. Okay, I did have one experience. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago, we went to Florida. We were in what was it? Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And there was this Shrek exhibit where you go in and you're on like a ride. You sit down on a ride, and they did spray stuff at us.
Okay, there you go. That's 4D.
I guess I didn't even know that was 4D.
Yeah, because it's like a movie in the screen in the front, and everything is just like moving side to side, spraying you, and you're like, "What the freak?" You're like just freaking out because things are just coming at you, and it looks so real.
You're like, for me, I didn't even know that was going to be a part of it. So like, they just spray water at me. What? It's scented or it tastes like something.
And you're like, "What the heck was that?"
Did I consent? Did I consent to this?
Okay.
I don't remember saying I was okay. Said spray something at me.
See, you imagine that's going to be implemented into the 6G when they're saying probably reality extender. The reality extender is probably the reason that they're saying that. It's probably going to be some kind of feature like that. Who knows?
Yeah, so it's like, oh my gosh,
Who
smell,
knows? Yeah.
touch like the VR touch, and then oh, I had thought about that. I would like. I almost got into VR a few weeks ago when my friend was getting into VR and he's like showing me how cool it is with like saber beats and stuff, you know, where you like swing your arms around and you do like
Oh
it's
my
basically like a
god.
Dance Revolution but with your arms.
Yes.
So I almost got into VR and then I lowered the temperature down and I didn't do it. But the one thing that I would like to see is where if you could wear a suit that's not too heavy, where if you're playing like a first person shooter and you feel something like paintball.
I set that one day back in 2010. I told my friend, you know what? Let's develop a game that does that. And he's like, dude, are you insane? Are you really that insane to develop something that you could, if somebody shoots you, you feel the pain, you feel the impact. Like if you actually got shot, you know what that's going to do to the mind? I'm like, no. And I'm like, you know, it's going to happen one of these days, but I want you to be the first person to do it.
Oh, do you know the warning that people are saying about it, about VR?
What?
I haven't looked into this a ton, but I've heard that they're saying that it only should be for certain age groups because before a certain age, this could mess with your development. Like it does
Could be.
things to the brain. Like your
Could
brain
be.
needs like different spatial like indicators, and this like isn't reality. So it's like training, and we haven't even know about like long term studies about adults, what it does to you.
Correct.
So
Yeah, we have
it's
no
exciting, but
long-term-
at the same time, they're like how are they going to be like recommendations like only use this 1 hour a day after like a 10-year study?
Are people going to listen to that? I don't think so.
No, but
So that's going to be crazy thinking about that.
it'll be like the new like nicotine thing or something, you know. It'll be like,
Oh my god.
you know, it'll be like the new, we're going to put a label, a warning on VR that this potentially could happen.
Oh man. Just thinking about that. Well, going back to the 6G, do you think there's going to be any other new features going to be added into it, like flying cars integration, flying drones, packaging, refrigerator deliveries, or AI integration?
If it's up to, I don't know how they do that, but if it's up to 100 times faster somehow, yeah, like anything's possible with 100 times faster. Like I wouldn't say anything is impossible.
I am kind of curious, Joe. Very curious, because I've read an article. I was supposed to cover this article weeks back about quantum bits.
Mhm.
Quantum bits are wireless transmission of bits at quantum level. They finally done a breakthrough on quantum leaps data, transmitting my data to your data within seconds, faster than
Mhm.
faster than the quantum bits are faster than what we have currently right now. Transferring data from one area to the next in an instant. I'm wondering if this might be it.
Instant transmission.
Correct. I'm wondering if that might be if this is what 6G is going to be. And is this going to be the final breakthrough of the fastest thing we could get out there in the world?
With this, I wonder how this translates to like outer space. Is it possible to?
I don't
Is
know.
this stuff not possible like only on like the micro level? You know.
I don't know too much about it. I don't know if this is actually the quantum area, the transfer rate for quantum. I'm not sure, because it's supposed to be able to transfer at. I know they've done studies just here on Earth. They haven't done nothing in space. Space works. Space is kind of different in Earth because of gravity and stuff.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering if this had any application to like get like instant transmission from like Mars. Like how to. I don't know. Just what
And you
I'm dreaming about like how they're gonna like if they ever extrapolate something.
and you also got to remember, space is not set in stone in one area.
Yeah.
We're in the Milky Way galaxy on the far outside. We're revolving, and also we're not in the same spot as we were 5 seconds ago. Because you got to
Makes
remember how
connectivity
fast
really hard.
it's. How is this data gonna come back to us in our location? How is it gonna detect it to transmit back to us
So it's
in the next
basically
few
you
seconds?
you can, I guess you have to wait until it's kind of like what's was it Starlink is doing with like the satellites,
I
right?
think that's what's
You
gonna
basically have to
happen.
put like a bunch of satellites on the planet that you're sending information from, so that you can send it to any one of those satellites at any given time.
Like a bridge.
Yeah, it'll transmit from one satellite to other satellite till it gets to the point where it can actually send it to Earth.
Correct.
And that's like the fastest way you can do it. Otherwise, you have to wait till it rotates and perfectly aligns with the other rotation of the other planet.
And so that means we gotta invade every single planet and put in thousands of
Yeah.
satellites.
I don't know how much. Yeah, it would be interesting to know how many satellites you have to do to make that like cost effective. Can you
I
put
wonder
like
too.
100, 1,000? How many do you have? How far apart?
And what
That's-
about especially?
Gosh, can you imagine that though? It like totally takes the fun out of like Star Trek. It's like every planet has to have like this orbital system of satellites in order to, send information. And it might be, I don't know. Gosh, it makes me want to look into articles about how fast communication. What's the fastest we can transmit it currently in space? Public
I don't
knowledge.
know. That one
Maybe
I
there's
don't know
something.
nothing about.
Maybe there's something they don't talk about. They can transmit faster. They're not telling us.
I know that the government, they have faster internet than what we do. They have like
Yeah.
petabyte, zettabyte. I know they have like that incredible speeds of internet. They click on something and they just boom, they already have it.
We're still fighting. We're still fighting over like 10 megabytes up and stuff, and they're like,
yeah, we're still finding there, and
like,
we
hey,
can't get nothing bigger.
Google Fiber is like, hey guys, that's like a little toy thing, right?
yeah, it's like just barely scratching the surface, And
It's all about like resources. Like, are you worth the bandwidth?
yeah, definitely.
I'm not worth it.
Yeah, it's only them. It's only them.